Welcome friends to the vid. In this vid I am going to talk about what the recovery journey looks like, what you can expect, some pitfalls to avoid, and how to give yourself the best chance of success of recovering from DPDR and anxiety. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dan and I help people recover from DPDR and anxiety using coaching. And if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. The best thing you can do for your recovery to set yourself up to win is to manage your expectations. Because a lot of people think that with recovery, you start here in the anxiety and DPDR cycle, which is where you are right now, and you end up here, which is full recovery, and it's just a straight line between the two. And I'm here to tell you that unfortunately recovery doesn't work that way. Now don't get me wrong, it does go from here to here, but the journey's not straight. It's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down until eventually you get to this point where there is full recovery and you're not experiencing any symptoms. And because a lot of people don't actually realize this, and maybe you don't realize this, when you have progressed a little bit and then you feel that there's a little bit of a setback and you come back down, your mind instantly goes back to, I'm never going to be able to get out of this. This is too difficult. All that time I've just gone through and all that work that I've just done to get to this point, all of that's just gone to waste. There's a couple of things happening here, and the first one is that all these thoughts that you are having are anxious thoughts, and they are sort of getting heightened and magnified by the state that you're in right now. And because you're in that state and everything is so biased towards the negative, you might not even realize that these are actually anxious thoughts. You might just think that they're part of you or just normal thoughts that you're having. And the second thing is that if and when you do have a setback, because setbacks are a thing, you aren't back at square one. And the reason you're not back at square one is because you've already done work and you've already done things to get you up to this point, and you can't unlearn that. You can't just forget about it. So if it feels like you've gone back down to, square one again, you're not actually back at square one. You're back down here, but with all the knowledge and experience that you've got and that you've achieved and that you've learned and taught yourself while you've been getting up to this point and going through your recovery journey. Those two things are really important to consider because recovery is an up and down journey. Now, it is true that at the beginning, perhaps you have a lot higher ups and a lot, back down lower lows. But as you slowly start to get better, all the symptoms start to drop off. You just start to feel calmer. You just don't worry about this stuff anymore. You don't even think about it. You're just getting on with life. And so, it sort of does that until it's a point of ding, and then you're there. And it's not that one day you just wake up and suddenly go, oh, I'm recovered today, let's go and do something to celebrate. Rather than that, it's more like you just get to a point where you might just suddenly realize, oh, I'm just not anxious anymore and I don't have any more symptoms. I didn't even notice. I'm so busy just getting on with life that it didn't even occur to me to check in. Or things that used to worry me before don't actually worry me now. So that's another way to manage your expectation as well, is just to realize that it's just a journey. You've just got to put in the work and you've got to do this journey. If you don't put in the work, then it's going to be a lot longer for you to get to this point. And I had this with my recovery journey as well. And right at the beginning, it felt extremely difficult to even do all this stuff, like trying to, counter my limiting beliefs and trying to look at my bad habits and change my way of thinking and change my focus and change my outlook and all that really tricky stuff when you're in the throes of anxiety and you're so anxious that you can't eat and you don't want to go out. And it can feel really overwhelming, and I've been there and I know what it's like. But when you do the work, and when you start to do this, just step by step, hour by hour, day at a time, just go through the process, then things do start to get a lot easier. And I would have lots of ups and downs. I would feel really good and just have sort of like these flashes of almost feeling normal again. And then within an instant, it was gone. I'd be like, oh, it was there. That's proof, that's evidence to me that that part of me is still there. And it did slowly come back. But the key to recovering from DPDR and anxiety is just to be consistent and persistent, is just to keep going no matter what. The number one reason that you're going to fail is because you give up. for whatever reason that you tell yourself that you want to give up. But if you keep going, then you are gonna have no other outcome than recovery. My friends, I hope this video has been useful to you, and if you do have any questions, please leave them in a comment. I always read them all and I do my best to answer them all, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.